inevitable, and it finally happened. So I'm under no illusion as to how lucky I am. 8 years of doing this. So I've done some pretty crazy stuff in my life.
Whoa! Hello.
And I've never had a serious injury. Never broken a bone. I've not been to hospital in my adult life. I've not got a GP. I'm just medically very, very lucky. And yesterday, for the first time in my adult life, I went to A&E. I don't think I've been to A&E in about 20 years. The last time I went to A&E was when my brother smashed my head into the corner of a massive fish tank in a restaurant. Now, I don't know if I don't remember that because I was like 5 or because of the concussion, but that was the last time I went to a hospital for myself. So I'm having a great time at the trampoline park with some friends from work, and I'm getting pretty good at front flips. Well, I thought I was getting pretty good with front flips. I landed 2 perfectly clean front flips on a trampoline. We all know the rule of 3. When you're doing a trick, you have to do it 3 times. The first time is luck. Anyone can do it once. The second time is you actually doing the trick. Well done, you've done it once. And the third time means you can actually do it. So I've done 2 front flips, and obviously I'm like, great, smash the first 2, gotta get the third one out. I go up for the front flip, get a nice clean tuck, come out, and instead of landing with my foot on the bed of the trampoline like this, it comes down on just my left foot like this. So my entire body weight crashes onto the side of my left foot, and I feel the ankle click. I don't know if it's a snap or a break. I'm not sure at this point. I just feel a sensation I've never felt before, and I'm down. I just collapse. So as I said, I've been free running for about 8 years now. And, you know, I've had falls, I've had bad landings, and every single time it hurts initially, and you get up and you walk it off. So I go down and I get up and I walk it off, but this time it's different. It hurts. It really hurts more than anything has ever hurt in my life. And I managed to make it over to the side of the trampoline, and I just go down again, and I'm like, oh crap, I can't walk this off. Something is wrong. So my friend's go and get the trampoline park attendant, who tries to offer himself as a crutch. So I've got my arm around him and he's trying to limp me off, but I can't do it. I just can't walk. So he scoops me up in his arms like an absolute beast, and he just carries me to the resting room. I'm in the trampoline park A&E. I can't believe it. It's on ice. Trampoline park assistant dude had to carry me. Shout out. Good guy. Turns out he's a free runner, so we've just been chatting parkour. So we're immediately best friends, obviously. We call an Uber to get me to the hospital, and he has to carry me to the Uber, which of course my colleagues from work filmed. So I'm in this Uber and we get to the hospital and we're driving round and round and round, and we cannot find the A&E entrance. No, it's not on any of those signs.
Go back out that way.
Yeah, go back out to the main road, maybe. And it turns out the hospital that we went to doesn't have an A&E, which is why we couldn't find the entrance. So we had to then go to another hospital, which did have an A&E. The Uber driver had to he wasn't quite as built as the free running trampoline park attendant, but he had to kind of half carry me into A&E and just abandon me. So I kind of hop my way to reception. I'm dragging myself across pillars, water coolers, gradually making my way there. There's a massive queue. And I eventually get to reception, and they just take my name and address and tell me to sit down. So I have to hop to a chair. So we're 1 hour in. I don't know how it's getting worse. It's not feeling better. It's constantly getting more painful. And rather unreassuringly, I'm told that I will be seen within 4 hours. At this point, it's about 10 o'clock at night. And it gets to the point where I really need the bathroom. So I had to hop back to reception and say, where is the bathroom? Obviously, it's right on the other side of the corridor. So I have to hop all the way there. So it's been an hour and a half so far. I got to pee, so I had to... this is how I'm getting around. I think this is the most painful experience of my life so far. And of course, my name gets called while I'm in the bathroom. What else would happen? So I limp my way out of the bathroom. I'm like, I'm here, wait. I get seen by the doctor. So she gives me crutches. And if you've ever played the game Legend of Zelda, that's a little bit what A&E is like. You go to one room, you get an item, you get a piece of paper. You have to then take that piece of paper to another room and able to gain access to the next room. So I get a quick lesson in using crutches, which is a lot harder than you might think. And I limp my way back to reception with this piece of paper, which gets me into the x-ray room. So I get x-rayed, and then I have to go back to this waiting room, which isn't the general reception. It's this kind of inner waiting room where everyone who's been seen to is kind of being held. And at that point, I kind of felt really lucky because I knew exactly what had happened. I'd landed badly on my foot and my foot was injured. And at this point, I'm in excruciating pain, but at least I knew what had happened to me. I was looking around me. I was seeing people who were just pale, who were feeling sick. I realized that I'm actually really lucky because I've never had anything like that happen to me. I've just never even thought about it because it just hasn't happened. So actually, I consider my first trip to A&E quite lucky because I actually know what's happening. I know what I'm there for. I know what I'm waiting for. So I go back to the doctor with the x-ray results. There's my foot. Isn't that weird? There it is. Swollen as anything. And the diagnosis I get is they're not sure. Question mark hashtag? They're not sure whether I've just torn through the flesh and it's bleeding out internally, which is why it's swelled. Or maybe I've broken my foot. So basically, we don't know. It's being treated as a broken foot. That's why I've got the cast on. That's why I've got the crutches. In total, the whole thing, from landing the front flip to getting home, has taken about 5 hours. In A&E, I was there for maybe about 4 hours. I've got to say thank you to my colleagues who put me in the Uber and gave me snacks. Because like I said, I was in A&E for nearly 4 hours and I didn't have any food. So without these snacks, could have died. Maybe not died, but you know. It's really strange because as I was on my crutches leaving the hospital, people were like emptying the hallways, moving to the side, people opening doors for me, asking if I'm okay. And obviously, I've only just got these crutches. So in my mind, I'm like, why is everyone moving out of the way? Why is everyone opening the doors for me? Of course, to them, they see some idiot trying to use crutches just bumbling their way through A&E. But it's just so strange because I've never had anything like this. And suddenly everyone's treating me like, oh, move out the way, watch out. So obviously it's really frustrating for me because, you know, everything I do, I love running, I cycle everywhere. And it is frustrating. It is frustrating when I can't do the normal things that I do. And it has made me realise and given me a new appreciation. But one perk that I've thought of is my left leg is my strongest limb. So basically I'm being forced to strengthen the weaker limbs rather than just relying on the one strong limb. So overall I should be getting stronger, even though obviously I'm not doing my normal training. But even just simple things like going up the stairs, I'm using all my limbs except my strongest one. And it's starting to ache. I'm feeling aches. And that's good because it shows that I'm using new muscles and that is going to ultimately make me stronger. What I've been told is absolute best case scenario, it's just a bit of flesh tearing. 2 weeks, the cast comes off, I'm going to be back in action, I'm going to be stronger than ever, all the other limbs strengthened, new stronger core, I'm going to smash it. But I've also been told, worst case scenario, which is what they're treating it as just in case, it's a broken bone and I won't be able to walk for a few months. So, I mean, it's going to go either way at this point. Deep inside, I don't know whether it's just from past experience or whether I'm just naturally I'm not an optimist. I feel like it's not broken. I can't say that I know better than an x-ray or a doctor's opinion, but I feel like I can rest it and it will get stronger. I don't know why I think that. Maybe just past experience because every other injury I've had, that's what I've done and it's been fine. This is very different. This is very, very different. Like, I struggled to sleep last night just because the pain is so constant. The best way I can describe it is if you're in one place and you can just hear a constant maybe ringing noise or a hum. So if you're sat next to a fridge, or if your neighbour's house alarm is going off and it's just a constant noise, although it's annoying and you're very conscious that it's there, eventually it just kind of gets ingrained, and it's not got quieter or it's not gone away, but you just kind of get used to it being there. That's a bit what the pain feels like. It's just constantly there. And for some stupid reason, I don't know whether I'm blinded by stupid pride or whatever, they offered me drugs and I turned them down. I was like, oh no, it'll be fine. I've got paracetamol at home. Should have taken them. Should have taken the drugs. It's a very Chinese thing it's a very Chinese mindset to just rest it off. That's how I've been raised. So, got a cold, rest it off. I think that's why I've never been to the doctors, I've never been to the hospital. That must be it. It's a very Chinese thing to just lie down, have some green tea, you'll be fine. And hilariously, that is what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to lie down, have some green tea, and hope that it fixes a bone. To a degree, I did kind of feel guilty for using up the NHS time. I know we've got an amazing system, and everyone at the A&E was brilliant. Absolute, so helpful, so friendly. It was really late at night, and they were just so funny, and they were, obviously really helpful in, they got me the x-ray, they got me the cast, they could have just kicked me out. They were so nice, and it was so packed and full of ill people and sickly people, and all the staff were amazing. And I did kind of feel bad for using up NHS time, and I obviously don't like doing that, and I want to do that as least as possible because I know how stretched they are, especially A&E. So hopefully, never again. As nice as the experience was, and as nice as the hospital staff were, hopefully I never have to go back. This is it. So there you go. That's my first trip to A&E. I think there's a lot of positivity to come out of this, physically, using the rest of my body, and also I've got a new appreciation for what I had before and what I will have again in terms of my athleticism and my mobility. And for now, I know it seems like ideal. I get to just sit at home and do nothing, but I'm not the kind of person that can just sit here and binge watch films or whatever. Like, I'm going mad. I want to go outside. I want to run. I want to jump. I want to climb stuff, but I can't. So thank you very much for watching. This YouTube channel might be very active over the next few weeks, depending on how bad the injury is. I'm just going to be sat here editing all day. So I'll probably see you very soon.